Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Blomberg LDV63440 fully integrated dishwasher. And what I want to do today is to show you around the dishwasher some of the features and benefits that it offers. When I say fully integrated, that means that when the door is shut, then you can't see any of the dishwasher. On a semi-integrated dishwasher, you'd be able to see the control panel at the top. What Blomberg have managed to do is have managed to get 16 place settings into this dishwasher. And I must say, when I first heard about that, I didn't quite believe it, but it is true. You've got 16 place settings on this dishwasher, which is fantastic. So I think what we need to do is go and have a look inside. The main way that most manufacturers will get extra place settings out of a dishwasher are by having something like this. Now this is a cutlery tray, and the idea is that you can separate all of your cutlery and put it on here. A couple of advantages. First of all, it means you don't have to use a cutlery basket at the bottom, although I'll show you that in a moment. But the other advantage is the washing performance. When you put everything on here, as long as you separate it out all nice and evenly, then in theory the actual washing performance should be a lot better than just put everything into a cutlery basket. The reason for that is you're spreading everything out and it just stops the cutlery touching each other. Also, especially if you've got quite expensive cutlery, it can help with the tarnishing that you can get where if you put it into a standard cutlery basket. Blomberg are not on their own having this. It's something that quite a few manufacturers use now, and that, as I say, it really helps to enhance the number of place settings in a dishwasher. As we go to the top basket, then here there's some really good features. First of all, on some of these you can actually fold these down, and the main advantage of that is it just creates a larger flat area. So if you had say a large saucepan or a cooking dish, then you can put it all the way across here and then they just fold back up. Any of the light grey ones are fixed, so you can't do anything with these ones. You've also got these on the side, and what you can do is you can just lower those down if you want to. So if you've got things like long bread knives or even little espresso cups, then you can just pop those on the top, and they're both sides, so that's really good. But if you didn't need them, then just pop them back and they just fold down. Another really good feature with the top basket is you can raise or lower it. So if you've got, say, tall cups or glasses at the top, then you could lower it. Also, if you've got tall plates at the bottom, then you can also higher this to enable you to get everything in. And all you've got is it's just the two handles on the side, press that, and then just lower it down. So fantastic. As we go to the bottom basket, nice and easy to pull out. Again, you've got some darker tines at the bottom, so they can just fold down to create a nice flat area, which I always think is a really good idea, because I've had it before where I've had a dishwasher in the past, and the main disadvantage was they were all fixed, and if you go to put, say, a large saucepan on it, sometimes in the end you end up bending some of these, which is never ideal. So it's nice to have the flexibility that you can just pop those up or put them down if you want to. Again, you've got an area at the back here that you can put, say, long bread knives on if you want to, or even if you've got some say some glasses that could be quite tall that you couldn't get in the top because of the limitation of having the basket there, then you could put them at the bottom here and just lean them up into these little grooves at the side. You do also get a small cutlery basket too. Now most manufacturers, when you've got the top tray where you put in the cutlery, you don't get this, so it's normally one or the other. But the advantage is with this model, because it is basically a high-end model, then you've got this too. You will also see that you've got grooves underneath, so that can go anywhere at the bottom. You're not limited to having it in a certain position, so even if you wanted it over here, then it's never an issue. If I just take the basket out, just show you something at the back. First of all, it's got a full stainless steel interior. Now it's something that I do tend to mention to customers. There are too many manufacturers that are trying to go with a plastic interior, and I must admit I'm never a fan of the plastic interiors. I suppose the advantage for the manufacturer is it's cheaper to produce, but personally I prefer the full stainless interior. Main advantage, you've got less chance of things like limescale build-up. Also, it's a lot stronger, so if you drop something on here, if you were to drop a dish or a cup or something, all it might do is to make a little dent in it. With a plastic interior, I have seen it several times where it's actually cracked the interior, and then basically that's a write-off of the dishwasher. So I'd always recommend to go for one with a full stainless interior. The filters are made up of a couple of parts. First of all, you can take that one out if you want to. So if you've got larger items in there of food, that I suppose you've not washed them away, they just tend to sit in there. Then you can just take that part out, just go and empty it, give it a quick rinse, and then pop it back in. What you can also do is you can also take the filter out. As you can see, there's a little bit of residue of water. That's where they're tested in the factory to make sure everything's okay. But again, just take that out, give it a quick rinse under water, and then just pop that back in there. And then once you screw it, just screw it a little bit in, and then that just pops back in there like that. There we go. You do get the salt refill on the left hand side. I'd always recommend to use salt, use dishwasher salt, don't use normal table salt, as some customers have done previously. It is important to use that. Don't just be tempted to use the, say, 3-in-1 or 4-in-1 tablets, which will just pop in there. Personally, I'd recommend to use the salt because it just helps to regenerate the machine, and it can just help to reduce the buildup of lime scale. And also, you will find you get a little funnel as well, so that will just pop in the top to help save any spillage of salt within the interior cabinet. Also, when it comes to the tablets, I just pointed out that that goes in there, and all you do is when you put the tablet in, then just click that, and then partway through the wash it will open itself. You've got the rinse aid in here. Again, I still recommend using a good quality brand of rinse aid. I've tried different cheap brands before, and I'll be honest, it doesn't work as well as some of the better brands on the market. When it comes to the program selection, you've got a really good range of programs here. It's quite a comprehensive range, especially compared to some dishwashers in this price range. Now, I'm not going to run through all of them in detail, but just to give you an overview of some of them. First of all, you've got Pro Clean. With that one, that's really designed as to keep the machine clean. So it's recommended once every 2 months, or between 1 and 2 months, to just give it a quick clean using that program. You don't put anything in it. It's a 75-minute program, and it uses around 15 litres of water. As you go to the Eco program, so this is one of the main washing programs. This is suitable for washing dishes with normal amount of soil. So it's a very efficient program in terms of things like the water and the power consumption. And with that one, so it's quite a long program. It's about 240 minutes, but it will only consume around 9.5 litres of water. So for that kind of program, that's very energy efficient. As you go on to the next one, the Auto program, the Auto 40 to 65 degree program. Again, Blomberg are not unique with using this kind of program, but I suppose what it does is it saves having to have a whole load of extra programs, because what it will do is it will actually send a certain amount of water through at the beginning of the program, determine how dirty that water is, and then it will select between 40 and 65 degrees for the temperature to wash at. Now that has a huge advantage, because a lot of the time you don't know how, I suppose, how caked on everything is or how dirty everything is. I know you can visually see it, but you could find that if you were to put it on, say, a 65 degree wash, you could find that washing at 40 or even say 45 degrees is going to be more than enough for it. Again, it's going to save you money in the long run. And with that one, that tends to vary the program duration between 110 minutes and 198, and the water tends to vary between around 9.5 to 12.5 litres. Quite a few other programs on here, so you've got things like a mixed wash, intensive 70 degree is always a good one. So if you've done things like the Sunday roast where you've got greasy pots and pans, then that's always a really good one to have. With that one, it does consume more water, so you're looking at around 16.5 17 litres of water, and it's around 187 minutes to do the program. Then you've got other programs. You've got quicker programs, so you've got the Express Dry. So with that one, that's just a 58-minute program, around 10.5 litres of water. Delicate, so if you've got delicate items, things like glasses or plates that you don't necessarily want washing at a high temperature, then it's nice to know we've got the quick programs on here. Mini 30 at 35 degrees. With that one, that's just a quick half-an-hour program. I do tend to say, don't expect some of these programs, some of the quick programs, the performance of the wash to be as good as some of the longer programs. Some people get quite passionate about doing quick washes, whether it's in dishwashers or washing machines. So they're doing the half an hour, 40-minute washes, and then they're surprised when the performance of the wash isn't as good as, say, on a 2 or 3 hour wash. So I'd always recommend try and stick over this side, especially if you want a good wash performance from your dishwasher. And then as you come over here, you've got some extra functions on here: Hygiene Plus, Super Gloss, Deep Care and Rapid Clean. They're just using these extra F buttons on the right hand side here. You will find that you've got the on and off button here, and P will just go between the different programs, and also it will display the time remaining actually on the display there. You have got a time delay, so just on the right hand side, if you were to press that button, you can actually delay the start of the program. So if you've got things like economy 7, or especially if you're conscious about things like electricity, and if you want to do it when you've got cheap electricity during the night, then that could be a good option for you. Also, if you're out, you might not necessarily want it on while you're not there. You might want to time it to make sure that it is on or finished for when you arrive home. You show you the energy label on this. As you can see, it's a C energy rating overall, which actually for this price range is actually really good. You can see here it's quoting at 77 kilowatt hours on average per 100 cycles. Clearly that's going to depend on the programs that you're using. Also proving that it's a 16 place setting and the most economical program, which I've showed you earlier, is using 9.5 litres of water. Then you've just got the noise level at 42 decibels at a B rating at the bottom there. The noise level is something that, I'll be honest, doesn't tend to get talked about a lot with integrated dishwashers, but it's something I try and point out to customers, especially if you're going to use the time delay where you got an overnight. Last thing you want is to be buying a dishwasher, using it overnight, and then it's noisy. Some of the eagle-eyed viewers, if you're having a look on the inside of the door here, there is a sticker that says activate your 3-year guarantee. Now just look out, because sometimes there is a 5-year warranty on it, so it tends to hover between 3 and 5 years. I'm not saying all the time it'll be on the 5 years, but if you can get the 5-year warranty on this dishwasher, it's always a bonus. And it's always nice to know that Blomberg are confident in their reliability, that they're willing to put either a 3 or 5-year warranty on it. If you're thinking of buying one of these dishwashers, I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. Hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Blomberg LDV63440 fully integrated dishwasher. Would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up, click subscribe, leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. If there's a feature or something that I've not covered, then just pop it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Also, if you have got one of these, not necessarily this particular model, if you have got a Blomberg fully integrated dishwasher, let me know what you think about it, because I'd always appreciate the feedback. Thanks for watching.